Good evening, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Damn, I forgot to get, damn. That's the charred remains of the damn locust last night that had a death wish. He started out up here, flew around, scared the bejeebies out of me, landed over here, walked his way over to the blue rocks, and then jumped in the fire. I guess 2020 was just too much. I think he figured, why did it have to be this year that I had to get up out of the ground, and come through with all this crap going on? But all jokes aside, I got to tell you, the NFL has done an incredible job thus far. I listened to so many people that were like, there's not going to be a season. There's no chance. There's no way in the world they're going to be able to do this. And you look at college football and college campuses that are having the issues. But the NFL is basically giving us the roadmap of how you get through and you deal with the coronavirus. You test everybody. You socially distance. You end up using the hell out of Lysol over everything. And that way you have a closed environment. And maybe if we had done this stuff sooner, maybe we all would have been through this. But it is what it is, and it seems to be working because you look at the NFL, which is the most contact sport there is. Now again, I don't want to get too excited too soon because, we just started contact drills and stuff a week ago. But if the course of the next week, if we don't see a rash of positive tests, we might be good for the season, provided the players continue to do what they're doing. And that's not trying to sneak in women into the hotel dressed as players. So I'm hopeful. And I am getting ready. I'm going to make sure that what you get here will be different than what you get anywhere else. I am literally, my downstairs level is turning into my whole studio. You're in part of my studio. Right here, we're going to have another section right here. I'm actually going to be cutting a hole through the block wall to run all the equipment outside. So that way we've got, my computer can be plugged in so I can be sitting out here. We have some fans around, and we're going to take the example of the NFL and we're going to social distance and keep everybody, together. We're going to be together eating chicken wings, but we're going to keep everybody here safe. We got outdoors. We got the fans that can blow to circulate the air and stuff. And we got plenty of space for everybody to sit around without being on top of each other. And I've already started working with E2 Blue is going to end up being my right hand. Well, I don't know if E2 can be a right hand. He'll be my left hand, okay? I'm not sure he can be the right hand. That's Michael's job. Michael's the right hand. But we got this season about to happen. 2 weeks from tomorrow, Texans versus KC. And we'll be hearing Eastside Shirley crying. But for our Cowboys, we've always had a lot of talent. One thing you cannot look at the Dallas Cowboys of the last 10 years and say they have not had talent, because they truly have. The thing is we've just fallen short too often. Part of the thing is I always say everybody can teach you something. Don't discount somebody who may have a difference of opinion than you, because you might end up taking something that you know and putting it with something that person knows, and together the sum is greater than those two parts. You may have an idea or a view of seeing something. Like, for example, like when there's a car accident and you have multiple witnesses from different points of view and everybody saw something completely different. Well, that's true with anything. And part of the problem for the Cowboys is they've always had the same point of view. Jason Garrett, former Dallas Cowboy quarterback. Leon Lett, former defensive line coach. Kellen Moore, former Dallas Cowboy quarterback. Everybody always had a tie to the Dallas Cowboys in some shape or form. And when they hired somebody, Rod Martinelli took over for Monty Kiffin, okay? So it was basically the same thing, just a, slightly younger person. Jason Garrett took over for Wade Phillips. But it's always been somebody who's been related to the Dallas Cowboys of the 90s. Not that the Dallas Cowboys of the 90s weren't good. They were exceptional. But the problem is that was 20-some plus years ago. Things have evolved. Things have changed. And the view that you were getting was constantly of what guys knew from being a Dallas Cowboy. I'm not saying Jason Garrett didn't have knowledge about football. He's a very intelligent guy. But his experience was Dallas Cowboys backup quarterback, 1-year quarterback coach under Nick Saban, offensive coordinator for Cowboys, head coach. His worldview was the Dallas Cowboys from before. You weren't bringing something new to the table. Enter Mike McCarthy and staff. The great thing about this coaching staff is the experiences they've seen around the NFL. You have guys that have so much experience from everywhere from our offensive line coach, Joe Phoeben, being a head coach of the Miami Dolphins, to Tom Sula, who worked with Alden Smith with the San Francisco 49ers, with Mike Nolan, who was head coach of the 49ers and also worked with the Baltimore Ravens on their defense and was in New Orleans, last with the linebackers. And you see how those linebackers in that defense was turned around from where they were with Ryan. You remember Ryan leaving us and saying, I'll be unemployed for like 5 minutes? Well, he's linebacker coach right now for the Washington football team. The view, the concept, and the ideas. So you may have Mike McCarthy, who has a view and opinion of how to do it this way. But he can have Joe Phoeben and he can say, hey, Mike, something we did in Miami that worked out really good was boom, 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 boom. Maybe if we incorporate that with this, it'll work. And one thing you're noticing now is, with the Dallas Cowboys, is they're doing a lot of experimenting. From seeing, Alden Smith and DeMarcus Lawrence standing up. They're using the players, picking their brains and finding things that the players feel comfortable doing and that they feel like they're good. Everybody has a signature move or a signature play, something that they know, I'm butter on this, man. I am awesome on it. For me, pass rushing, it was a jab, step, and rip. Because I was small for a nose guard, okay? But I knew I was fast enough that a center could not keep up with me. And if I take that jab step over here and the center steps with me, I'm quick enough to dip, rip the shoulder, and fly past them. Basically, just use my speed. And that's the thing that's great about this offensive coaching staff right now. Or, excuse me, not offensive, complete coaching staff. They're bringing fresh ideas to guys that kind of got stagnant doing the same thing. They're being challenged now. They're trying new things. And when you start doing something new, all of a sudden it's like, oh man, what are we going to do today? As opposed to monotony. See, for me, when I worked for Rife International, nice company, I loved working at the Smithsonian, going through and building out, displays and the areas and everything else and renovating it and seeing all the stuff come to life literally fed my brain. What killed me was half of the time I had to sit in an office behind a desk, behind a computer, literally doing the same damn thing. It drove me crazy. I got to the point where I was like, here we go again. I'm getting ready to do the same old shit over and over and over again. It was monotony. It drove me crazy. I hated it. But if you give me something different to stimulate my mind, to get my creative juices going, to challenge me, oh man, when I get challenged, buddy, you better watch out because I'm going to come up with a solution. Because see, as I sit here and I look around and I do my videos and things, I look and I try to analyze, try and figure out ways to improve what I'm doing. And it hit me today, like if I go ahead, because I've got the computer literally 5 feet away from that wall, if I go through, put a like cable box outside, I can run a hole through the wall, have all of the stuff I need to be able to plug in and be able to use my computer system and my equipment outside. So if I'm watching out here, it's okay. I can have a monitor where I can control the whole computer system. We can have great sound and things like that. Ways of improving and getting better. And that's how I feel about the Dallas Cowboys. It may seem like I'm a little excited right now, because I am. I'm excited. I am happy as can be. Now, on the flip side, we got a hurricane that sometime tonight will be hitting somewhere between Louisiana and Texas. I pray that people have gotten out of the way of this thing and that everybody is safe. Uh-oh, I'm running out of gas. And I pray that everybody gets through with minimal damage. I know my man Q is down there, in Houston and everything else, and there's a lot of you guys. I know I got friends that are in Lake Charles and stuff. My thoughts and prayers are with you guys, because it may be a rough night tonight. And I hope and pray that everybody's going to be okay. And one final thing. Me talking about, I will have a conversation with anybody. And that's the honest truth. Because everybody can educate you on something. No matter what station in life they may be, no matter what color they may be, no matter how old they even may be, no matter what political affiliation they may be. Because we're all Americans. We all want the same thing, I want my kids to do well. I want to live comfortably. I want to feel safe. I want to have a good job. I want to have food to eat. I want to have running water. I want to see my kids do better than me. And I don't know anybody who's black, white, or grizzly gray who doesn't want the same things. I may have a difference of opinion or different view than you have, but I don't discount your views. I will listen to your views and try and understand what your point of view is, as well as I hope that you will listen to my point of view and the way that I've had to deal with things. Because ultimately, when we can get to that point, we can come up with solutions that make it better for everybody and make us an even better country. But unfortunately, we're at the point of, if you don't agree with me, then it's fuck you. And I have, I've got the ultimate troll in Joseph Colin, or whatever his name is, okay? Who's in Puerto Rico, and my thoughts and prayers with Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico has been through some shit. I've been there twice helping to rebuild homes from the hurricane 3 years ago. They've been through holy hell. So my thoughts and prayers are always with Puerto Rico. To think that they just had the hurricane that came through last week, where a month ago they were literally at drought, and literally they were cutting the water off every other day, rolling water outages because there wasn't enough fresh water. They've literally been through hell. But this person tweeted at me, about my political views and stuff like that. And somebody who has been a fan of this channel, who's ordered racks, got Jobu shot glasses and stuff, ends up literally cussing me out because he has a different point of view. Says things about my kids and how I'm stupid and this, that, and the other. And I try to, instead of trying to escalate, I try and say, you know what? The great thing about this country, and part of the reason why our Constitution was made the way it was because so many people left Europe because of religious persecution. And so our founding fathers put it into the Constitution, freedom of speech and freedom from being persecuted because of your opinion. So you and I may not agree, but that's okay. I've known what you supported the whole time, but I've never once said anything cross to you about it. I understand. It's your opinion and your right to be that way. And I would hope that somebody would respect me and do the same thing. Apparently, I didn't get the chance to say that because after being cussed out and everything else, this person decided to block me, even though I never said anything cross to them. And say, I'm sorry, but that is a very small-minded individual. And if we, as a country, are going to survive, we have to be able to have a conversation with each other. And that's all I got to say about that. And I guess I got to change the tank over here. So, yeah, that's it, man. But anyway, I enjoy being here. I enjoy putting myself, my thoughts, and my opinions out here. I'll take the abuse from people who want to just give me abuse because I know there's people out there who this really helps. And as long as I'm helping one person, I don't care how many people will say bad things about me. Whew. Maybe I need to pull the cushions out a little more often because this actually feels kind of nice out here now. Shoot. This is actually kind of comfortable. Took the cushions out of the cabinet so I could get them cleaned up because they've been basically in there since last year and I haven't pulled them out because, well, it's a pain in the ass to pull them all out and put them back in. But yeah, it's kind of cool. I might just chill out here tonight.